Hello everyone, it's Mega, and yes, we are back to the uncurable virus that is Hypixel Skyblock. And before you say, hey, didn't you do a small series on this a few months ago? Well, yes, but since then I become a wiser man, and have seemingly not learned from my mistakes because we're doing it again. After deleting the old profile from the first two episodes, we're gonna start up a brand new one and hope for the best. I want to do a small thank you to all the support the channel has been getting for my goofy content style, morely lack of content, and I say that I hope for a bright future. I have a recently made Discord which I talk probably a little too much in, which you can join the link in the description. These videos take a while to make, and if you want me to not just go back into hibernation and actually win an episode 2, make sure to show some support in the comments. And with that out of the way, let's get right into it. Undermining that this is the same clip, let me explain some things to the newcomers. In Skyblock, there are many different islands to travel between, collecting various different items to level up your skills, such as combat, mining, foraging, there's a lot. You slowly level up your skills, gathering stronger equipment like weapons, armor, and accessories. Play alone or with friends, join a guild with other goofballs, build a cool island, farm a ridiculous amount. Regardless of who you are, this game has something for you. I'm forever learning more about Skyblock, and I also hope you can too. And with that out of the way, let's get into this. Skyblock just loves its own events, and since this game has its own calendar, apparently the 300-year celebration is going on right now, so that was pretty cool. Completely neglected Jerry this time around and went straight to the village. Simon, my main man, because of the anniversary, was giving out free stat boosting cakes, so that was very nice. And also these raffles are going on, which we get free entries for just by playing the game. We get some free prizes and shit. It's pretty nice. Also, I got put on the blue team, so yeah, let's go blue team. As per usual, I started my crusade of trying to talk to every single one of the NPCs in the lobby and discovering all the areas. Funny enough, just like the first series, I ran into another rat and spent way too long beating the shit out of it. I also felt randomly inclined to take some wheat that I was right next to, unlocking us our first few collections and skill farming. I guess that little taste of farming got me so inspired I went and purchased a hoe and I got to harvesting. After selling the wheat I just collected, I purchased a stack of wool from the wool weaver and gave it to the carpenter to unlock the carpentry skill. The carpentry skill unlocks me cool furniture and gives me more XP, which I will need a lot of for something I am trying to unlock. I ran around the hub trying to find the last places I haven't explored to, and I went all the way to the top of a mountain looking for it, yet it turned out it was just the bank. In an attempt to drip up my fancy hoe, I spoke to the librarian and went to enchanting, only to realize I had 0 enchanting levels, so I had to get a worthless enchant to level up my skill. That's not too fortunate, but at least that's another skill in the bag. How many times did I say enchanting in that sentence? Nonetheless, of me repeating words, you may have noticed that I leveled up my Skyblock level, which will be very detrimental to unlocking some early game quality of life improvements and access to things I'll show you later. Trying to give yourself some more damage, speed, defense, while a reforge adds certain stat modifiers to items such as tools, weapons, and armor, all of which is handled here by the blacksmith. After purchasing a gold pickaxe from the mining merchant, I went to the nearby coal mines, unlocked some new collections, and our third skill, mining. As a friendly gesture, the blacksmith offered to reforge our equipment for just a small amount of coal, which got us some extra damage for our rogue sword. I also purchased an undead sword from the weaponsmith, which will come in handy fighting some enemies we will come into contact with very soon. Snagged a pickaxe with a little more breaking power and made my way to the gold mines. Now having access to the gold mine, we could mine up iron and gold, but first I heard a rumor of an enchanted pickaxe lost in the cave, and once I had retrieved it, I got to mining. After hitting mining level 5, you have access to the deep caverns, which unlike last series, I'm going to try to spend a little less time in. The deep caverns in its many respective areas have lots of different monsters and resources to collect, but for the sake of this episode, I just wanted to unlock all the areas for later use. After doing some light mining, I leveled up to Skyblock level 2 and unlocked my 4th skill, combat, by slaying some simple lapis zombies. If you're ever running out of inventory space, by typing /enderchest or /ec in chat, you have access to a whole chest to dump stuff into, which you can actually make larger down the line. The game also includes a bestiary, which tracks your kills for all bosses and mobs, but most importantly gives you XP for your combat and Skyblock level. Collecting all that lapis paid off because I can make a lapis pickaxe, which I enchanted, leveling up my enchanting in the process. Due to needing an enchantment setup on my island to further enchant my equipment, I explored the rest of the deep caverns, dying many times in the process, eventually making it to the diamond reserve and gathering some diamonds necessary for the enchantment table itself. Eventually I had the enchantment setup complete, but due to limited levels, its usefulness is quite small for the time being. After crafting and enchanting a lowly golden axe with efficiency 5, I got to chopping, unlocking me my 5th skill, foraging. Due to how simple foraging is, I wanted to work to getting level 10 just so I could have a nice chunk of it out of the way. And also, if you're curious why leveling skills matters, it increases stats like your health, strength, defense, and crit chance, etc, etc. Carpentry is literally just leveled up through crafting shit, but yes, still technically the 6th skill. About that raffle I mentioned earlier, through just normally playing the game, I earned raffle tickets, which just got me 250k. Very cool. I guess I decided my farming escapades weren't over, because when I say I did a shit ton of farming, I did a shit ton of farming. In Skyblock, there's tons of different pets that give unique stat bonuses. As some cheap starter pets, I bought a common armadillo and a griffin. Mainly I'm going to be using the griffin though. Due to that 250k I got from the raffle, I was able to upgrade to an aspect at the end, a really solid weapon with a great ability that will really last us a while. Wanting to get more Skyblock XP, I bought some weapons from the weaponsmith to donate to the museum. But first, I had to go to town on some zombies with my brand new weapon. Donating items to the museum is a really simple way of getting XP, though the caveat is that the item becomes soulbound, preventing it from being sold or traded. Wanting to unlock more of the farming collections, I went back to the barn to absolutely destroy the population of wildlife. Since I now owned a pet, I could start leveling it, unlocking me yet another skill, taming. Not only did I weirdly level up combat, I also unlocked auto pickup due to hitting Skyblock level 5, which is probably the nicest thing to happen yet. After unlocking all the farming collections, I went to mine some sand, which funnily enough gave good money and a lot of mining XP. I also hit Skyblock level 7, unlocking the bazaar, which I'll explain rather soon, but for now just know it's kinda important. I forgot to unpause my recording, so I'm going to explain what I did after finishing mining all that sand through a little slideshow. First, I went to the bazaar, a player-run store, where I sold some crops and sand. I also got this thing called a Jerry box from the raffle, which got me like 450k coins. Shit was crazy. I also bought some enchanted books from the bazaar and some grand experience bottles because I was going to try and pimp my aspect of the end to the max. And that's about it. Let's get back to it. Bought some grand experience bottles and enchanted my sword, leveling enchanting many times in the process and finishing it off with a reforge. Had to go back to the farming islands because I kind of forgot to get mushrooms. I also found this cool area down here which had these glowing mushrooms. Very interesting. Take a peep at this. I found a bat talisman going for 270k when it usually goes for 500. Had to run to the bank to grab my money, but I was able to purchase it and I marked that bitch right up. My father and his father's father told me cutting wood was a great career path, so I purchased some ingredients to make haste potions and got to absolutely destroying my wood. I'm in nature. So I'm in nature. If you're ever curious what I do while I record, it's just me listening to music. Take a peek.
I don't even want to think about it right now. Let's get too high. Got you with bigger than ever. I've been blocking shade, I sit under umbrellas. Yeah, I'm an alien, bitch. I feel like changing the weather. Damn, bitch.
Let's see how much this is all worth, guys.
Pulling out the coupe in the lot. 12 fuck SWAT. Busting all the bells out the box.
Hope you like the musical section, but anyways, I made my way over to the spider's den and spoke to Grandma Wolf, getting me this pet that provided me with these passive combo boosts. Seeing as it was my least focused on skill, I wanted to try and level up my combat, but due to my lack of armor equipment, I was getting instantly destroyed by all the spider den mobs. Surprisingly enough, I found this glaciite mining armor set is incredibly good for mining, defense, health, and due to its rarity being epic, after reforging it, it was also great for crit chance and damage. And for a small damage test, that's actually pretty good for now. Also, surprisingly enough, with a crit, I'm already able to one-shot the crypt ghouls, which is a pretty big milestone. Remembering that I had some other collections to work on, I headed back to the deep caverns to finish them up. And with that little mining says, I just logged off. Wow. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed watching. I had a ton of fun making this, and I can't wait to get back to playing. Like I said at the beginning, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, because as much as I hate to admit it, this game's fun, and I'm gonna make more. My friends and I are always talking in my Discord server, so I'd love to talk and play with you guys in there, so make sure to join with the link in the description. And like I always say, I love this game, and I'll make you love it too. See you guys.